Thank you for purchasing a Raleigh bike. As you open the box, you'll see there is some assembly required. If you have never built a bike before, this process will probably take you up to 120 minutes. If you are handy with tools, expect to spend around 80 to 100 minutes. If you have done some bike wrenching before but never actually built a bike, you'll need 60 to 80 minutes. And if you're an expert bike mechanic, you can probably be riding within 30 to 60 minutes. Grab the box containing the small parts and keep these parts handy. You'll need a few tools for assembly, including metric Allen wrenches, bike grease, a tire pump, screwdrivers, wire cutters, and an adjustable wrench. Before you insert the seat post, smear some grease on the post to make installation and adjustments easier, and make sure you push it past the minimum insertion line. Close the quick release or tighten the seat post clamp bolts. You'll know your seat post is tight enough if you can't twist it side to side. Check that your stem is facing forward along with your fork. You may need to turn your fork forward to line them both up. Tighten the two pinch bolts evenly. The wrench should leave an imprint on your palm when it's tight enough. Remove the faceplate bolts and the faceplate, and center your handlebars. Tighten the bolts evenly and snugly, and check to make sure you have an equal gap on the top and bottom. If your bike has quick release axles, remove the plastic caps from your front wheel and slide the quick release through the hub with one conical spring on each side. Grease the threads and thread the nut on loosely. Put the front wheel in the fork, and if the brake caliper is already attached, carefully guide the rotor in between the brake pads, then begin to tighten the quick release. When you close the lever, it should tuck up near the fork leg, and when it's tight enough, the lever will leave an imprint on your palm. If your bike has a through axle, it's probably already installed in the fork. Take it out and place the front wheel in the fork. If the brake caliper is already attached, carefully guide the brake rotor between the brake pads. When you close the lever, it should leave an imprint on your palm when it is tight enough. Close the lever so it's as close to the fork leg as it can be. After you get your front wheel on, check the back wheel for proper tightness too. All pedals are right and left specific, so be careful as to which pedal goes where. Use a small dab of grease on the threads. The right pedal goes on the side with the chain and threads in clockwise. The left pedal goes on the non-chain side and threads in counterclockwise. Snug your pedals with a pedal wrench or a thin adjustable wrench. For hydraulic disc brakes, attach the caliper body loosely to the fork if it's not already on, guiding the rotor carefully in between the brake pads. With the wheel secure, squeeze and hold the brake lever. Tighten the bolts holding the caliper body, then release the brake lever. There should be a gap between the pads and the rotor. Give the wheel a spin. There shouldn't be any rubbing. Readjust as necessary to get the perfect spacing. To adjust your rear derailleur, turn the cranks and shift the chain to the smallest cog in the back. Use the high limit screw to center the derailleur underneath the smallest cog. Undo the pinch bolt and pull the slack out of the cable. While turning the cranks, shift up into the lowest gear. Now you can use the low limit screw to center the derailleur underneath the largest cog. To adjust your front derailleur, shift into the smallest chainring in the front and the largest cog in the back. Use the low limit screw to position the inner plate as close as you can to the chain without touching it. Loosen the pinch bolt to pull the slack out of the cable and retighten. While turning the cranks, shift up into the largest chainring in front and the smallest cog in the back. Now you can use the high limit screw to position the outer plate of the derailleur as close to the chain as you can without touching it. Put the red reflector on the seat post and the white one on your handlebars. Safety first. Cut any extra cable down with your cutters and pinch a cable end on with your pliers to keep the cable from fraying. Finally, pump your tires following the guidelines on the sidewall of the tire. Before you head out on a ride, double check the tightness of your seat posts and handlebars. And test the brakes to make sure that they'll stop you when you need them.
The toughest question to answer when buying a bike is often, which is the right bike for how I want to ride? The Schwinn Vantage line of RX road bikes and F-Series sport hybrid bikes is so versatile that this question becomes very easy to answer. All Vantage models are designed with convenient rack and fender mounts and feature innovative Schwinn Smooth Ride technology, or SRT. SRT inserts an elastomer isolation unit with 15 millimeters of travel between the seat stays and the seat tube for a little extra play. This works to dampen vibrations and absorb bumps without added bike weight, resulting in a smoother ride that you can enjoy on longer adventures. The Vantage RX can replace a road bike, hybrid bike, or a commuter bike all in one. Featuring a light aluminum fitness frame and carbon sport fork, the RX series is comfortable enough for higher mileage rides, sturdy enough to take the daily commute, and can tackle gravel trails with extra-wide tires. With the RX2, you get a full Shimano 18-speed drivetrain and reliable mechanical disc brakes. Step up to the RX1 for a 22-speed SRAM drivetrain, SRAM hydraulic disc brakes, and an anti-shock elastomer stem. Either way, you'll enjoy a smooth ride as you speed around town and beyond. The Vantage F-Series are durable and versatile bikes, which can easily be an everyday ride that doubles as a flat bar road bike. Comfortable and efficient, they're at home running errands, on morning commutes, or on Sunday rides with the family. The bikes get lighter and more capable as you go up the F-Series line. The F3 features a chromoly fork, mechanical disc brakes, and a 21-speed Shimano tourney drivetrain. Step up to the F2 for an alloy fork and a more versatile 24-speed Shimano Acera and Altus drivetrain. Finally, you can shed weight with the Vantage F1. It comes with a carbon fork, Shimano hydraulic disc brakes, and a 27-speed Shimano Dior and Altus drivetrain. Trade up to the Vantage series bike with confidence, knowing that Schwinn has the quality you trust. Enjoy the freedom of riding a Schwinn.